The DK Firearms Carcano 91 TS rifle. Like I've stated, I've ordered a rifle from 3 different companies: DK Firearms, Buds, and Palmetto State Armory. Now, Buds and Palmetto State Armory are selling a different model. This is the 91 TS, not the 91/24 TS. 2 different models. And this one is I've only found it at DK Firearms. It's a little bit different. So in this video, what I'm going to do is just show you quickly what I got, take a very quick look at it. I'm going to disassemble the gun and look at how much cleaning is involved or what condition it's in when you receive it, and more on the markings, details, and all that other stuff later. I do not have a carry-on relic license, so I had to go to my transfer guy and get the box. So I'm going to go. I got some video footage from my camera, which isn't the greatest, but I'll show you how it came in the box and what it looked like. Okay, we got our shipment from DK Firearms, and the box looks good, no bolt handle sticking out or nothing, so we're going to go with opening up, taking a look inside. Okay, and wrapped in bubble wrap, so fairly good, even though the bolt handle is kind of sticking out of the bubble wrap. Now, surprisingly, once I got the wrapping and everything off, this is how the gun came. And if you look, there's no heavy buildup of grease or nothing. You know, the wood has nicks and dings in it. This is an old gun that's been put in storage, which is normal, but this is an original 91 TS with a 1917 or World War I date on there. And like I said, internally, I believe the gun has already been cleaned. I mean, you can see the bore fairly well. And if you look here, this is another telltale sign. See this? I believe this is mineral spirits running out. And for some reason, when they wiped this down, the stock got a little beat up around the wrist here. And can't really see, but here. You see, it got kind of battered. And for some reason, if I leave this out in the sun in the heat, you'll see that mineral spirits ooze out of there like that. That's what that is, because I've seen this before. It's no big deal. It looks like the gun's been cleaned. But one strange thing about all of these guns, from all the photographs and everything I've been seeing, one thing that I have noticed in the photographs and everything, even if some of these come with a little more cosmoline in them, there's always rust around this area here of the trigger guard. I don't know if you can see it on mine, but I've noticed in the photos, and this gun, and I did get the one from Palmetto State Armory, there's rust in this one area. And some of them may have it up here on the other end of the trigger guard. Okay. As you can see, the bluing and stuff is fairly good on this old gun, and stock, you know, it's battered a little, but not terrible. Even on the magazine, but they all had that rust. So what that tells me is these guns were all stored in the same way, and probably over time, many years, condensation or whatever, if they were in a crate where they were resting on a wooden board or something drew moisture over the years. Okay, I've noticed that on these. So all of these guns were stored in the same way. So, but still, this is a very nice looking rifle for fair to good condition. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart, and we're going to look at how it is under the wood line. That's always important. Okay, and I got my gun screwdrivers, and I'm just going to disassemble it. And yes, mine did include the cleaning rod. Okay. Okay, got it disassembled. Here's the stock. everything looks pretty good. Okay, but what happened is, like normally with guns put in long-term storage, moisture kind of collected up under the butt plate you see there. That's why it's always good to remove the butt plate if you can, and started to rust in there. So that's got to be cleaned out. Also, the trigger guard, the rear screw where there was more rust was hard. I had to soak it with penetrating oil and break it free. And the trigger guard magazine deal kind of had to be tapped out. It was kind of stuck into the stock. And again, you can see where it started rusting in that. Now, surprisingly, this gun is extremely clean. Now, the area, like I said here, you see there's some rust. Moisture draws up in there, and that is normal for guns being put in storage. The moisture will draw under the wood line. That's why it's always very good to take these things apart and thoroughly clean them. Okay, just don't get the cosmoline out so you can shoot it. And also, this barrel had some degree of stuff under there. It has to be cleaned off. But the bolt and everything, all the parts seem to have been cleaned. It's very, very unusual. And the bore was clean. I mean, I don't have to clean it. I can see there's rifling, and the rifling in this bore is in excellent condition. Okay? And again, with the nose cap parts and all this, there's a little bit of rust down inside here, which has to be cleaned out. And also, this one little screw that holds the bayonet lug, the nose cap, and the handguard in, be very careful with it. As you can see, it's small, and already it's been beat around and even looks a little worn on the thread. So be very careful. That holds the whole assembly together. That's kind of why they changed it. It's all right, but if that screw gets damaged, then you know the whole thing is shot. It ain't gonna hold the gun together right. But that's what it looks like. And I mean, even the trigger mechanism. The one from Royal Tiger was full of dirt and grime and dust, and some people found dead bugs and larvae in there and everything else. But this is kind of amazing. I don't know if all of them are like this, because some people have got them from DK and they do have cosmoline in them. So I don't know what the story is. It's just luck of the draw or whatever. So it's going to be a quick cleaning and oiling, and I'm going to have it back together shortly. Alright, after a real simple, easy cleaning and getting the rust under control under the butt plate and under the wood line, cleaning up anything, not much, we're ready for the range. So, DK Firearms has sold me an original 91 TS with a World War I date on it, and I'd say maybe excellent minus condition, very good plus, for $250. So I'd say if you have not bought one of these yet and you're thinking about it, go ahead and buy it. The only one thing I would say is this is a 91 TS. It is not a 91/28 TS. And what the difference is with that is they modified these later on, or as they made these later on, the 28 variation, the nose cap and handguard will be different. And I've seen them in the picture. They show these 91 TSs and they show the 91/28 TS. So there is two variations they are selling. You know, that will be a later gun. Or one of these modified because of the bayonet and that. They would modify these to take a different bayonet, so there were some slight changes to it. But if you know that, you know what you're buying or know what you end up with. And there is a slight variation. It's nothing dramatic. Not like the 91/24s, which was a short and long rifle. That's not what these are. These were all specifically made as carbines. So, like I said, I'm impressed. I'm more than pleased, and I'm shocked at what I got. And like I said, if you have not bought one of these yet, go ahead. And from what I heard, there's thousands of them. And if that's the truth and they're in this condition, the vast majority of them, it's going to throw the Carcano market off with so many of these new guns coming out at a reasonable price. All right, that's my take on what I got from DK Firearms. And I will get a video up on the other two once they arrive.